The only book we're allowed to trash is Twilight.
Oh.
And Eclipse and New Moon and all of that because
And
it's
Breaking
socially
Dawn.
acceptable to do
Now,
so.
which of you guys have actually read all those books?
Twilight?
Yeah.
No,
I don't
I
know,
mean,
Crystal.
there's a fly. I was
Crystal's
batting the
got
fly.
comics,
I was
so.
batting.
Right.
Look, guys, I was 19. Okay,
Okay,
I
let me
was
rephrase
19.
Let me rephrase that question. Which of you males have actually read all those books?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
you guys are lying. You know
No,
way too much
here's
about
the deal.
Twilight. Every
I
time
read the
this
book.
topic comes up, Twilight is so stupid.
Crystal.
Remember that time on page 57 when they make out and it's just so retarded?
Crystal, I read half of the first Twilight book because I had students at the time who were super excited about it. Gave it, half a read, and I couldn't. If I heard her describing his smoldering eyes one more time, I was gonna fucking shoot myself. So I stopped reading it. Garrett, on the other hand,
I read the entire series, and I'll tell you my excuse because I do make an excuse for this. I am a very fast reader, like very fast. So I could blow through all the crappy parts and then get to the vampires fighting werewolves and or other vampires, which was actually kind of cool. Like, if I can blow through the first 200 pages of Edward, I love you, Bella, I love you, but I'm bad for you. Stay away from me. If I can blow through that, and then I can get to Jake, I'm going to punch you in the face. Oh, let's have sex. That's okay.
Right.
So that was the way that I read those books.
No,
So
That's a very
have-
ill-founded justification because there's so little in those giant books of what you just described that you were reading them
especially
for.
in the first one.
yeah, especially in the first one.
now,
Crystal,
yes.
the last one was kind of okay.
Crystal,
And also, here's the sorry, Zach, but let me just wrap up. The reason that I really liked the third one and the fourth one at the time that I read them was when I read them, my wife was pregnant with our first child, and in the third and fourth books, she and Edward are like planning to get married, and then they do, and then she gets pregnant and has a baby, and the whole deal.
but
Which
you had to read the first two.
if that's a spoiler for anybody, then I'm sorry because the movies have been coming out for a long ass time, and I don't give a fuck about spoiling Twilight. I'm sorry.
I just have to share my favorite. I actually have no problem with Garrett reading the books. I honestly don't. If people like
The
them, that's
fact
totally
that
fine.
you're saying it means that you've thought about it.
No, I just I actually have thought about, like, do I care? But I don't.
Did it affect your relationship for a little bit there?
A little bit. But my favorite story of Garrett is when he went to go buy the book, and he was
Was
with
it
his
like
wife,
buying
and-
Tampax for your
he was-
first
he was
girlfriend or
with his
something?
wife, Crystal. He was with his wife. And he's like, "Honey, can you buy this?" And she's like, "Just go up and buy it." And he's like, "No, can you buy it?" And he's like, "Sure." He walks up with the book, puts it down, and goes, "This is for him." And he goes, "Oh."
She threw me under the bus.